back, Bearcats. It's the first episode of the spring 2022 semester, and we have a lot to talk about.
In this week's episode of Channel 8 News, we'll be looking at this year's Black History Month theme, Black Health and Wellness, and more. Your Channel 8 News starts right now.
Channel 8 News, the show where we provide the news coverage on the Northwest Missouri State University campus and in the Maryville community. I'm Courtney Rowe.
And I'm Alexis Kuhnert. Now before we get into this week's stories, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button for all the latest news and updates.
Absolutely. Now February is known as Black History Month, a time to honor African Americans and raise awareness of Black history.
Our field reporter, Kirsten Stokes, gives a little bit of insight on the historic month, as well as how the community here at Northwest tends to celebrate the momentous occasion.
Black History Month isn't just about celebrating Black lives, but it's about bringing awareness to the fact that Black history is American history. It's important and it's valued. It all started in 1926 when Carter G. Woodson, an educator, historian, and scholar, began Negro History Week in the month of February to commence with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Since 1976, every U.S. president has designated the month of February to Black History Month. This made a huge change for our nation in a crucial time, and it still has effects on Black people on Northwest campus today. Every year, Black History Month has a theme that focuses on an issue that the community faces. This year's theme is Black Health and Wellness. This theme focuses on how American healthcare has often underserved the African American community. This all began with slavery when the lack of economic opportunity often put medical care out of reach for a lot of African Americans. As Northwest celebrates Black history, this month is filled with plenty of events so students can interact and learn about Black culture. On February 16th at 6 p.m., The Color of Medicine, a story of Homer G. Phillips Hospital, will be shown in the Student Union boardroom. The documentary details the rise and fall of the St. Louis, Missouri hospital that at one point trained the largest number of Black doctors and nurses in the world. Though Black history is highlighted for 1 month, the impact that it has lasts forever, and it's our job to do the best that we can to learn, encourage, and to build. Don't be afraid to ask questions. To learn more about events happening on campus for Black History Month, you can click the link in our description box below. For the stories that matter to you, I'm Kirsten Stokes with Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Kirsten. It makes me really happy to see that our university is trying their best to do their part to talk about, educate, and bring awareness to Black history in our community, highlighting some of those historical figures in Black History Month, and just talking about it to get the conversation going.
I totally agree with you, Courtney. I believe that by learning about Black history, it helps to build and bring the community together.
100%. I know there's a lot of progress that can still be made, but I think we're in the right direction. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at one of the wellness workshop events focused on journaling. Stay tuned for more.
Unlike other organizations on and around campus, here, the students do it all.
KNWT is a student-run and student-produced television station.
To support this content and Northwest Media students,
you can go to our YouTube channel at KNWT Channel 8
and watch the latest shows or even enjoy blasts from the past.
The longest-running sports television show at Northwest Missouri State, Bearcat Update, is back. Our first episode of the new year features an update on the hot start to the season from the Northwest Track and Field, a look into Bearcat softball's first tournament of the season, and a recap of the 21-2 men's basketball team. Be sure to tune in to this week's episode on our YouTube, KNWT Channel 8.
Back to Channel 8 News, I'm Alexis Kuhnert.
And I'm Courtney Rowe.
Keeping your mental health in check can be one of the most challenging things to do when you don't know where to start. However, the Wellness Center here at Northwest holds a multitude of events throughout the fall and spring semesters to help raise awareness about this issue.
That's right, Alexis. Kenzie Denning actually sat down with Monica Ziegel, the leader of this event, to get the inside scoop on how journaling can improve one's mental health.
On Thursday, February 3rd, the University Wellness Services had a mental health journaling workshop in Milliken Hall. Monica Ziegel is the head of mental health workshops and is passionate about students' mental health and learning how to take care of it. I had the chance to ask her how journaling helps with mental health and how other schools could do workshops like these.
And what your thoughts are behind those emotions, it's possible for you to see that, you know, maybe you're overreacting, maybe things aren't as bad as you think they are, or it's completely normal to have emotions. But identifying the thoughts that your self-talk behind those emotions is so important so that you don't continue to have negative thoughts about yourself. You have so much control of your own mental health. Other people talking about what they get out of journaling. I would love to go talk to other schools and talk about all the different things that students can do for their own mental health that's proactive, so that they don't have to wait until things are bad. They can, I guess, get on top of their mental health before it becomes a problem.
After speaking with Monica, I sat down with Jaylee to see what she got out of this experience.
Overall idea that words aren't as scary as I think they can be, and it can be relaxing and allow me to vent in a positive way instead of kind of just waiting to speak about it. I can just write something down in that moment, so that's nice.
Monica has journaling workshops in different areas of campus every Thursday. The workshops are from 6 to 7 p.m. If you would like to attend one of these workshops, you can visit the university's calendar for the time and place. For the stories that matter to you, this has been Kenzie Denning with Channel 8 News.
Thanks so much, Kenzie. Monica's actually a great resource for any of those who need any mental health resources. She's actually in charge of Active Minds here at Northwest, and I know she'd be more than happy to speak to anyone who needs her advice. I also think it's a great thing that she's bringing journaling to the Northwest community because I think it can be a very helpful tool.
I totally agree. I've done journals before in the past, and it has seemed to help me work through a lot of my personal issues. I would personally recommend journaling to anyone, and if you don't know where to start, then try attending one of Monica's sessions every Thursday.
Yes, definitely don't hesitate to reach out.
Don't go away, because after the break, we'll be looking to interview the general manager of Northwest hit radio stations, KZLX and NPR.
Northwest Tower Yearbook has dedicated over a century to documenting life on campus and in the Maryville community. The award-winning organization has numerous Pacemaker Awards and a spot in the Associated Collegiate Press Hall of Fame. Learn more about Tower at the handles below.
Welcome back to Season 10 of Nerd Central. I'm your host, Emma Bjork, and we have an amazing season in store for you. These two also have a little bit of a glare on them. Adjust the cameras.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. We got some news stories here for the spring 2022 semester, but first let's kick it to Bearcat Update with Brody.
Welcome back to Bearcat Update. This week we're going to be looking at some Bearcat basketball.
Crash Bandicoot. I love Crash Bandicoot. Did you see
Neil Cortex is the best villain ever made.
He is the best villain. Except I do like.
I like how that's totally right. It's a Crash Bandicoot.
It's a video game.
Wow. Yeah.
Another sequel for Jedi.
But it's a
first-person shooter.
Welcome to Beat Saber. Awesome.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe.
And I'm Alexis Kuhnert.
Being the general manager plays a key role in achieving success for any organization. Here at Wells Hall, we have a different number of general managers from TV to radio to newspaper.
Our field reporter, Uhoman Moltok, sat down with the general manager of KZLX and NPR, Simon Clark, to get the inside scoop on his experiences as a general manager for these radio stations and what it means to be a general manager.
KZLX is the student-run radio station here on the Northwest Maryville campus, where I met Simon Clark on Thursday, the 3rd of February. Simon is the general manager for KZLX, and we discussed his role and experiences that have inspired him to become a leader.
When I was about 14 or 15, I was sent to Washington, D.C. with the Epilepsy Foundation. And I was basically sent as an ambassador to talk to U.S. senators and stuff about passing legislation to assist people with disabilities. And there was just a point where it kind of clicked. And I was like, I think that I can lead people and do a pretty good job of it. And I hope I am doing a good job of it.
Simon has been general manager for some months now and shared what it's like to balance his work, education, and social life.
I also have the help of 2 other members on the scholarship board. I have the program director, Jacob Kaufman, and Sam Reeves, the operations director.
Simon rounded up by sharing what keeps him motivated, as well as advice for general managers that would come after him.
I get to see the people who I believe are going to be the next generation of great broadcasters. It makes me happy to see people who are excited about radio still, who are excited about podcasting, who have great ideas for the station, and just wanting to be better Bearcats and better professionals later on. And it makes me feel good that I get to be a part of that journey for them. One of the best pieces of advice that I was given is that you can't change everything. Everything will fall into place at some point, so you just need to focus on what's important in the moment. Don't be worried about things that are 6 months away. Just focus on what's important now.
This has been Uhoman April Moltok reporting for Channel 8 News and bringing the stories that matter to you.
Thanks, Uhoman. Being the general manager of any organization takes a really dedicated leader, and it's a hard job. So Simon, your dedication to the program never ceases to amaze me, and you've done a great job.
I totally agree. And if you know anyone who's interested in stepping into one of these leadership roles as a general manager, then talk to Simon or any of the other general managers.
Exactly. I know they would be happy to talk to any of you. But that is all the time we have here at Channel 8 News. Before we go, though, be sure to click on the links below to rewatch certain sections of our show, as well as finding some upcoming events here at Northwest that we've mentioned in this episode.
We also want to hear from you guys as well, so leave a comment down below on these stories. And be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button for all the latest news and updates, as well as our other content right here on our YouTube page and KNWT-tv.
Coming up next, we're handing it over to the Bearcat Update for features, highlights, and all things Northwest sports. For the stories that matter to you, I'm Courtney Rowe.
And I'm Alexis Kuhnert.
And have a great night.